Hey, what's going on, G-Ballers? Today, I have an exciting new knife here to share with you coming in from Kansept. Now, if this is your first time stopping by, welcome to GBall Vision. Feel free to drop a comment below and let me know what your EDC is for today. This is going to be a new release for Kansept. It is available, and I'll have links to it down in the description. This is going to be the new Kansept Dreadnaught here, and just from the picture, it looked like it might be a beastly knife, and it's looking like it's going to be a pretty good size. I like the aesthetic here. We have a bronze titanium look, and then we have all blue accents here with the studs, hardware, and then kind of an off-color blue with the backspacer and pocket clip. We have dual thumb studs here for the deployment, an exposed frame lock, and right off the thumb flick there, good action. That's one thing, that's one of the many things I can say about Kansept since late 2024. They have really stepped up their game when it comes to fit and finish, the internal workings, their detent, their action. They have just really started to dial things in and put their knives on another level. We are looking at a sheepsfoot blade here, S35VN for the steel choice. Kansept does a great job with S35. It is a well-rounded steel. I'd like to see them start using more steels, other steels, as well as their S35, because they're able to keep these knives at this point down around like $200 for something like this right here, which, you know, that's not an insanely good price, but for a new release, that is a fair price for this type of knife right here. And like I said, you're not just getting any old knife. They have really started to dial things in. There is internal milling in there for weight relief. We do have good access there to the lock bar with a nice chamfer. Very nice. I would like to see some jimping on there, but it does work well, and as it should. We do have the relief cut here internally, which keeps things looking nice on the outside. It looks better all the way around. I don't know why they ever did them on the outside, but I do like that. Looks good. Everything looks very clean on this knife. The blade shape also looks very mean. Now, this is a Daniel Sparhawk design, and he is a veteran. I believe it said Army, and while he was in the Army, became very obsessed with knives and knife design, and that is what he has done since, and wants to become a full-time knife maker and designer, I believe is his intention. So he is definitely one of our people. We'll go ahead and get a full measurement here on this guy. We're looking at 8 1/8 overall, with about 3.5 inches of cutting edge. Bring out the Kaiser drop bear and Benchmade bug out, and this knife's going to be much larger than both of those. The Vosteed Raccoon and the Kaiser Militol, this is definitely going to be more in line with something like the Militol on its length, but it's going to be a little bit longer and much more robust. We'll get our 50 ways baked in Hank out here, and we'll see how this pocket clip looks in the pocket, see how it interacts there with our Hank, and that's going to look pretty clean in the pocket there. We'll have a little bit poking out, which is something I prefer right there. It gives you a good surface area and a good spot to grab a hold of the knife to pull it out of the pocket, and that has good retention. It's not overdone, and there's plenty of room in there. Companies and designers have really started to learn that we need space in there, we need good retention, we need good spring, and we need plenty of room in there. And no matter what, if it's done properly, whether you have skinny seams, thicker seams, the pocket clip is going to work. And I like how that comes down to that angle there. That's going to help get this over top of your seams and whatnot a little bit easier. So this is a good looking pocket clip and a good functioning pocket clip. And so far early on here, this seems to be a pretty comfortable knife in the hand as well. That pocket clip seems to kind of nestle right in underneath my knuckles there. Fits good in that standard grip there. You do have a little 50-50 area. You can kind of choke up in. I'd classify that more as a sharpening choil. I'm sure that's, you know, what it is intended for. But because this is flattened off here, we have no flipper to deal with. You kind of have a 50-50 area that you can really get a full choke up in. You want to just kind of stay back from the edge there, but you can choke up right behind the edge if you needed to. Let's go ahead and we'll get the arch nemesis out. We're going to give this a weight check here, and on the GBall Vision channel, I guess the weight, and I invite all of you to guess the weight. Put your guess down in the comments. Just based off my description so far, what you see, what do you think this thing weighs? I love seeing your guess. Do not wait though and guess after. Don't be a cheat. Don't be a cheat. I'm just kidding. I'm going to be guessing, and it feels like a very normal weight for this size. It feels like a 5. It's got some heft to it, but it's not overdone. And it feels like it's my sweet spot. Like one of my sweet spots. I bet it's more than 5, less than 6. 5'3". 5'2", 5'3". Oh! Oh! Yeah! 5.3, like I said, and 152 grams. Can you tell I don't get a whole lot, right? Oh, some of you know what this means. We'll get our calipers out here and we'll check a couple of the specs on the handle. We got 0.51 for our handle thickness, about 13 millimeters. 3.9 millimeter on our blade stock at 159 thousandths. And then we'll go to our behind the edge, get a reasonable and good hold here, and coming down there around 25 thousandths. And that's telling me, you know, it's not intended to be an ultra slicer, and it doesn't appear that way in the design. 0.7. This is definitely more of a do-it-all folder, not something intended to be a super slicer. So that's what I always say. You have this robust blade stock. We have to keep things in perspective in the EDC world, in the knife world. Keeping things in perspective will really help you out in the long run. You can't bash this knife for not being a super slicer because it wasn't intended to be so, right? It's not 80 thousandths. It's not, 13 thousandths or less, or 15 thousandths. This is more of a robust design, robust build. Let's see how the Dreadnaught cuts out of the box. This was the design that has caught my eye here in the last couple of months from Kansept. Just it looked really enticing to me. I would love to see them. They just recently got into the button compression, top liner lock, whatever the hell you want to say. They just got into that ball game, and I would love to see them start incorporating that type of lock or a button frame lock on some of their knives. I think that would be really, really swell. Now, I'm either having it. No, it's pretty sharp. Okay. It's just me running my yap and not paying attention here. Yeah. Yeah, it's got a nice edge. I could feel it. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, they do a good job on their S35VN. We are perfectly centered up there, and we'll go ahead while I'm thinking about it, because I know you forgot. We'll grab our off-grid driver here, and we're going to be looking at what appears to be T10 on the pivot, T8 on our body screws, T8 on the pocket clip. So, okay, I can get along with that. I mean, you know, I'd rather T8s all the way around or T10s, but no T6s is a win for all of us. Yeah, so we got T10 on the pivot, a little bit more beefiness there than we typically see, and T8s all the way around. This is going to be right-hand carry only, so we don't have any lefty love here on the Dreadnaught. Our lockup is looking pretty good there, about 30% or so, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, about 30% we'll give it. We'll go ahead and we'll introduce the Dreadnaught to the spine whacker. If I didn't say, that is going to be a flat grind running up into that swedge there. So this is definitely lending itself to be, you know, a robust EDC knife. I love that little dimple there. That feels very good. This is a good size. Everything's softened down nicely. There's kind of we have a slight contour here as well. Everything kind of just slopes down from the middle, and it's got a little bit taller handle as well. So nice and comfortable if you have a little bit larger hand. Now, let's go ahead and see what we're looking at in regards to this lock. We'll start out towards the tip. We'll give it a couple of light taps and we'll go from there. This will put a lot of stress. We're not trying to see if we can hammer a nail into a tree with the spine. We're just making sure that it's not going to just lackadaisically fail on us here. We'll give it, yeah, it sounds really good. And, you know, Kansept, for anybody who's been keeping track here, they have a perfect, and, you know, and I have not been easy on some of their knives. They have an absolute perfect record here with the spine whacker, no matter what lock, whether it's Tenable or Kansept. I have not had a single issue or slip up or anything when it comes to a Kansept knife since I started creating content and since I started testing knives. They have not given me a single issue, so a good testament to their quality control. You'll have to let me know, what do you think of the Dreadnaught? I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy knife and EDC content. Make sure you're subscribed. I'll pop up a couple of new videos. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.